Om Shanti, 4th March 2025. Today's Sakar Murli. Essence: Sweet children, those who have performed devotion from its beginning, those who have taken 84th birth, will listen to your knowledge with a lot of interest. They will understand everything from signals. Question: How can you recognize whether a soul is close to the deity family or far away? Answer: The souls who belong to your deity family will accept all the aspects of this knowledge and won't become confused. The more devotion they have performed, the more they will try to understand. Therefore, you children should first feel the pulse of everyone before serving him or her. Om Shanti. The spiritual father sits here and explains to you spiritual children. You children understand that the spiritual father is incorporeal and that he is explaining to us through this body. I, this soul, am also incorporeal and I listen through this body. The two fathers are now together. You children know that both the fathers are here. You also know know your third father. However, this one is better than that one, but the other one is the best. It is number wise. Therefore, you have moved away from the relationship of your worldly fathers and now have a relationship with these two fathers. The father sits here and tells you how you can explain to people. Many people come to you at the fairs and exhibitions. You know that not everyone will take 84 births. How can you know whether someone takes 84 births or 10 births or 20 births? Now, you children understand that those who have performed a lot of devotion from the beginning will take the good fruit of that just as fast. If they have performed less devotion or started a little later, they will take less fruit and a little later on. Baba is explaining this to the children who do service. Ask them, you are the people of Bharat, and so do you believe in the deities? There used to be the kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan in Bharat. Those who have taken 84 births and have performed devotion from when it began will very quickly understand that the original eternal deity religion really was here. They will listen with great interest. Others will just come and look around and then leave without asking anything. It is as though nothing sits in their intellects. Therefore, it would be understood that they do not belong here yet. Later on, they might understand. Some people understand and immediately nod their heads. This calculation of the 84 births really is accurate. They ask, how can I understand that I have taken the full 84 births? Acha, if not 84 births, you might have taken 82, but you would have at least gone into the deity religion. If this much is not accepted by their intellects, then understand they don't take 84 births. Those who are further away will listen to less of this knowledge. Those who have performed more devotion will try harder to listen to this knowledge and will understand it quickly. If some understand less, you should realize that they will come later on, that they must have started performing devotion a little later. Those who have performed a great deal of devotion will understand through signals. This drama continues to repeat. Everything depends on devotion. This Baba has performed the most devotion. Those who have performed less devotion receive less fruit. All of these matters have to be understood. Those who have gross intellects cannot imbibe these things. Fairs and exhibitions will continue to take place. They will happen in all the different languages. You have to explain to everyone in the world. You are the true prophets and messengers. Those founders of religions do not do anything. They are not gurus. They call themselves gurus, but they are not bestowers of salvation. Their institutions do not exist at the time that they come, and so to whom would they grant salvation? A guru is someone who grants salvation, someone who takes souls from this world of sorrow to the land of peace. Christ, etc., wouldn't be called gurus. They are simply founders of the religions. They have no other position. Only those who come first are Satopradhan and who then go through the stages of Sato, Rajo, and Tamo have a position, whereas the others simply come and establish their religions and continue to take rebirth. When everyone is again in their Tamopradhan stage, the Father comes and makes them pure and takes them back. Once you become pure, you cannot stay in this impure world. Pure souls will go into liberation and then go into a life of liberation. They say that he is the liberator and the guide, but they do not understand the meaning of that. If they understood the meaning of it, they would know him. The expressions which are used in the path of devotion do not exist in the golden age. This too is fixed in the drama. They all continue to play their own parts. Not even one can attain salvation. You are now receiving this knowledge. The Father says, I come each and every cycle at the confluence of every cycle. This is called the most benevolent confluence age. None of the other ages is benevolent. The confluence of the golden and silver ages has no importance. When the Sun dynasty passed, it is in then the kingdom of the Moon dynasty. When the Moon dynasty changes into the Merchant dynasty, the Moon dynasty is then in the past. No one knows what no one knows what you become after that. It can be understood from the images that remain that those who belong to the Sun dynasty were our ancestors and the others were part of the Moon dynasty. Those, that is, Sun dynasty, were emperors and the others, that is, Moon dynasty, were kings. Those were very wealthy, whereas these Moon dynasty failed. These things are not mentioned in any of the scriptures, etc. The Father now sits here and explains to you. Everyone says, liberate us, purify us. They do not ask for happiness because happiness has been defamed in the scriptures. Everyone asks, how can I have peace of mind? You children now understand that you are receiving both peace and happiness. Wherever there is peace, there is also happiness, and wherever there is peacelessness, there is also sorrow. In the golden age, there are both peace and happiness, whereas here there are sorrow and peacelessness. The Father sits here and explains this. Maya Ravan has completely degraded your intellects. This too is fixed in the drama. The Father says, I am also bound by the drama. I am now playing my part. It only exists at this time. You say, Baba, only you come every cycle and make us pure and elevated from impure and corrupt. You were corrupted by Ravan. The Father comes now and changes human beings into deities. Only the Father comes and explains to you the significance of the praise in the song. Those who sit on that immortal throne do not understand the meaning of it. Baba has explained to you that it is souls who are immortal images. This body is the chariot of this soul. An immortal image, an image that never experiences death in sitting in it, is sitting in it. That will not come to you in the golden age. There will never be untimely death there. That is the land of immortality, where this is the land of death. No one understands the meaning of the land of immortality or the land of death. The Father says, I explain everything to you in a very simple way. Simply remember me alone, and you will become pure. Sages and holy men sing, O purifier. They call out to the Father, the purifier. Wherever you go, they will definitely call out, purifier. The truth can never remain hidden. You know that the Father, the purifier, has come and is showing us the path. A cycle ago too, he said, consider yourselves to be souls and constantly remember me alone, and you will become Satopradhan. You are all lovers of the one beloved. Those lovers are just of one birth, whereas all of you have loved that one for many births. You have been remembering him and saying, O Prabhu, only the Father is the bestower. It is only from the Father that the children would ask for something. When souls become unhappy, they remember the Father. No one in happiness remembers him. Everyone remembers him when they are unhappy. Baba, come and grant salvation, just as when they go to their Guru and say, grant us a child. Acha, if you receive a child, they become very happy. However, if they don't receive a child, they say it is the will of God. They do not understand the drama at all. If they speak of the drama, they should know everything. You know the drama, no one else knows it. It is not mentioned in any of the scriptures. The drama means this drama, you have to know its beginning, middle, and end. The Father says, I come every 5,000 years. The four ages are completely equal. Importance is also given to the swastika. A swastika is drawn on the ledgers, that is account book they keep. This too is the ledger of how we make our profit and then go into loss. From making a loss, we have now reached the state of total loss. This is a play about victory and defeat. If there is wealth and health, there is happiness. However, if there is wealth but not health, then there isn't happiness. I give you both health and wealth, and so you would also have happiness. When someone leaves his body, they say that the soul has gone to heaven, yet internally they experience sorrow. However, they should be even happier. Why do they invite that soul to return here to hell? They do not understand anything. The Father now comes and explains all of these things to you. He explains to you the secrets of the seed and the tree. No one else can create such a picture of the tree. This one neither created it, nor did he learn of it from a guru. If he had learnt it from a guru, that guru would have had many other followers. People think that some guru must have taught him all of this, or they think that some power of the Supreme Soul must have entered him. However, how would some power of the Supreme Soul enter him? The poor things don't understand anything. The Father Himself is sitting here and telling you everything. I told you that I enter an ordinary old body. I come to teach you. This one also listens. His attention is on me. He too is a student. He doesn't call himself anything else. As well as being the father of humanity, he is also a student. Although he had a vision of destruction, he didn't understand anything. Gradually, he came to understand it all, just as you now understand it. The Father explains to you, and this one in between also continues to understand. He continues to study. Each student makes effort to study. Brahma, Vishnu, and Shankar are residents of the subtle region. No one knows what their parts are. The Father Himself explains each aspect so that there is no need for you to ask questions. The Supreme Soul Shiva is at the top. And then there are the deities. How can they mix them up? You children now know that the Father enters this one, and that this is why we are called Bab Dada. The father is distinct from Dada, that is elder brother. Shiva is the father and the Brahma is Dada. You receive your inheritance from Shiva through this one. Brahmins are the children of Brahma. The father has adopted you according to the drama plan. The father says, this one was the number one devotee. He has taken 84 births. He also called the ugly and beautiful one. He is also called the ugly and the beautiful one. Sri Krishna was beautiful in the golden age and he became ugly in the iron age. He was impure and is now becoming pure. The same applies to you. This is the iron aged world and this is the golden aged world. No one knows about the ladder. Those who come later do not take 84 births. They will definitely take fewer births, and so how can they be shown in this ladder? Baba explained about those who take the maximum number of births and the one who take the minimum number of births. This is knowledge. Only the Father is the knowledgeful one, the purifier. He gives us this knowledge on the beginning, the middle, and the end. All of them have been saying, Neti, Neti, that is, neither this nor that. They do not know their own souls, and so how could they know the Father? They simply speak to the soul for the sake of it. They do not know anything. You now know that the soul is eternal and that he has an imperishable part of 84 births recorded with him. Such a tiny soul has a whole part recorded within him. It is understood that those who listen to this very carefully and also understand it are those who are close. If this knowledge does not sit in their intellects, it is understood that they will come later on. Feel their pulse at the time of giving this knowledge. Those who explain it are also number wise. This is your study. The kingdom is being established. Some claim the highest status of all, the status of a king, whereas others become maids and servants of the subject. However, it is true that there isn't any sorrow in the golden age. That is called the land of happiness, heaven. It is because it existed in the past and in the past that they remember it. People think that heaven must be up above. There is an accurate memorial of you shown in the Dilwara temple. Adi Dev, Adi Devi, and your children are sitting in yoga on the ground, and the kingdom is shown above. People go and see that and give money, but they don't understand anything. Each of you children have received a third eye of knowledge. First of all, you know the biography of the Father, and so what more could you want? By becoming to know the Father, you come to understand everything. Therefore, you should have happiness. You know that you will go now into the golden age and build palaces of gold. You will rule there. The intellects of serviceable children will know that this spiritual knowledge is being given by the spiritual Father. The Father of souls is called the spiritual Father. He is the bestower of salvation. He gives the inheritance of peace and happiness. You can explain to them. This picture of the ladder is about the residents of Bharat who take 84 births. You come halfway round the cycle, and so how can you take 84 births? We take the maximum number of births. There, these are very deep matters and have to be understood. The main thing is to connect your intellects in yoga to the Father in order to become pure from impure. If you promise to become pure, but you then become impure, your bones will be totally crushed. It will be as though you fall from the fifth floor of a building. Your intellect will become totally unclean and your conscience will begin to bite you. You would then not be able to speak about any of this. This is why the Father says, remain cautious. Acha, to you, sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says, Namaste to you, spiritual children. Essence of Dharna. Number 1. Understand this drama accurately and become liberated from the bondages of Maya. Consider yourself to be a soul and an immortal image. Remember the Father and become pure. Number 2. Become, become a true prophet and messenger and show everyone the path to the land of peace and the land of happiness. Benefit all souls in this benevolent confluence age. Today's blessing. May you remain aware of the Father and your service and thereby become free from all the attractions and experience a constant and stable state. May you remain aware of the Father and your service and thereby become free from all attractions and experience a constant and stable state. A servant always remembers his service and his master. In the same way, you world servants, you true server children, also cannot remember anything except the Father and service. It is only through this that you experience being in a constant and stable stage. Apart from the sweetness of the one Father, all other flavors seem tasteless. Because of tasting the sweetness of the one Father, you cannot be attracted to anything else. The intense efforts to have a constant and stable stage will free you from all attractions. This is your elevated destination. Slogan. In order to pass the paper of delicate situation, make your nature powerful. In order to pass the paper of delicate situations, make your nature powerful. Today's awake signal. Adopt the culture of truth and good manners. If you see or hear something untruthful, do not spread that falsehood into the atmosphere. Many say, that's a sin, and I can't bear to see anyone committing that sin. However, to spread things that are untrue in the atmosphere is also a sin. You wouldn't spread something to see or hear like this in your Lokic family. You would hear it with your ears and hide it in your heart. It is also a trace of sin for someone here to spread anything wasteful around. Such small sins finish the experience of the flying stage. Therefore, understand the deep philosophy of karma and adopt the power of truth in its true form. Acha, Om Shanti.